Happy Monday, everybody. It is week 4, so we are moving into the last week of January with your workouts, and because it is Monday, we are doing legs and a lot of butt. So prepare yourself for this very suggestive video that you are about to witness. We are going to start with a couple warm-up things that are going to help you guys out with those legs, mobilizing your ankles before we get into these movements and opening your hips a little bit. Yes, you heard that right. So we're going to start with a couple hip openers. There's no rule as to how many that you need to do specifically, but basically we're going to be walking as we lift up our leg. We rotate it out to the side, step down, and then pick up the next one, rotate out, step down, and just repeat. And that will help loosen up those hips. You might feel some popping. It will be a little bit uncomfortable until you get used to something like that, but it will help kind of loosen things up and get you ready for this workout. Then we also want to do a little bit of ankle mobility. This will help if you struggle to get into the bottom of a squat, whether that's an air squat or you're actually lifting some weights. This will help you out. We're basically going to be standing on our toe. We're not going to be putting any weight on that leg, like Jake, being a badass. And then we're going to just roll our ankle around in a circle one way, and then you're going to go back the other way with it. And you can do about 8 to 10 per each direction. And then another one that can help you stretch those ankles out and get those ready as well is if you find a bench, a step, a stair, a chair, whatever you can find to just elevate your leg. And then we're just going to lean forward into that leg that we have up on there. If you need extra weight, you can grab a weight and actually set it on your leg to kind of force that down. But that's going to get you a nice stretch back in your Achilles. And this will help immensely, especially if you struggle with squats specifically. So with that being said, we're going to move into our workout today. We have a 15-minute AMRAP, and we are starting with the best movement that you guys haven't done yet. We are going to be doing 20 frog pumps, and Jake is going to demonstrate that for you guys. So in your best sexy pose, you're going to lay down on the ground. We're going to be putting our feet together, make sure those soles are touching with our knees bent. And we're going to be lifting the butt and squeezing it at the top. Suggest you find a nice, quiet, private place to do these by yourself. After that, we're going to move into a single leg glute bridge. So since we're already on the ground, we're going to stay there. And you're going to be lifting one leg up off of the floor, lifting that butt, squeeze it at the top, and back down. If you want to make these slightly more challenging, if that isn't enough for you, you can actually use a bench or a chair and do an elevated glute bridge. Put that heel or foot on the edge and do the same movement. So then we're going to move on to a single or 20 air squats, sorry. The single leg glute bridge is going to be 10 per side, and then we're going to do 20 air squats, as Jake's demonstrating, that we've done multiple times before. And lastly, we're going to do lunges. These can be forward lunges, these can be reverse lunges, making sure we're going all the way to the floor with that knee. And again, 10 and 10 per side. And this is going to be 15 minutes total. So you're going to run through everything until you get to the end. You're going to go through it again until you hit that 15-minute time cap. So now that we have worked our legs, we're going to give you a couple stretches afterwards. So you have seen a pigeon pose that we've demonstrated before. If you're unable to get on the floor to do that, if that's just too uncomfortable for you, you can again find a bench, find a step, find a chair. If you have a hard surface, I would recommend that you get a blanket folded up, laid on there just to add a little bit of cushion for you. But we're going to be putting that leg up this way. I'm having a stroke again. I do that a lot. Anyways, you're going to rest onto that leg and push into that stretch. So we're just going to be leaning into that leg. You should feel it in your hamstring and in your glute. And if you can do this easily on a bench, you can do it on the floor as Jake's demonstrating. What we're aiming to is to just keep slowly pushing that pelvis to the floor until you get to the point where you're able to rest on the floor. This can take several times to get to that point. It's a very flexible movement to be performed, so if you're not able to, don't sweat it. it's really, really difficult to get to that point. So don't beat yourself up over that. And then we're going to show you a lizard stretch as well. This is a lot easier. We're just going to be kneeling on the ground. If you want to start in that position where you would do a lunge and just lunge forward, kneel. And then we're going to be bringing that forward leg a little bit more forward and just pressing in to that leg. And again, you're gonna feel this in your hamstring and you're gonna feel it in your quad and the back leg. This will be a really, really good stretch, especially after all those air squats and the glute bridges. It'll feel really, really nice. This is definitely something that you might wanna hold for at least 30 seconds to a minute if you can. And I would do it probably 2 to 3 times. That'll definitely help kind of loosen everything up and get your legs feeling a little bit better after this workout. I hope you guys enjoy it. Have fun with it. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Here at First Response Fitness, we are certified paramedics and not coaches or trainers. All exercises we present are shared from what we've learned in our fitness journeys. If you ask us about any medical symptoms, our advice will uniformly be that you are dying, unless you pay us, in which case we will advise you that you are dying slower than others. If you would like to continue dying slower than everyone else, please use our community to help take control of your health and fitness. Always remember, you being at your own risk, proper stretching is encouraged, and beware of excessive vacuuming.